Most people get discipline all wrong. They think it's about brute force, willpower, or some superhuman motivation. They believe some people are just born disciplined, while the rest of us are doomed to be lazy. But what if I told you that's a complete myth? What if discipline has nothing to do with strength and everything to do with brain chemistry? That's right. Discipline is simply a game of neurochemistry. Your brain, that incredibly complex organ between your ears, doesn't operate on logic or good intentions. It operates on one simple, powerful principle. It follows dopamine. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter of pleasure, reward, and motivation. And right now, for most of us, our dopamine system is completely hijacked. It's wired for endless distraction, not for meaningful growth. Think about it. Why is it so easy to scroll through social media for hours, but so hard to sit down and work on your goals for 10 minutes? If you genuinely want to become a more disciplined person, you don't need more motivation talks or another productivity hack. You need to understand how to work asterisk with asterisk your brain, not against it. You need to learn how to manipulate its reward system to your advantage. This is the secret that the most successful and disciplined people understand, whether they realize it or not. Here's the hard truth your brain doesn't want you to know. It actively hates anything that doesn't provide an immediate hit of pleasure. It's a survival mechanism. Our brains are wired to conserve energy and seek out quick rewards. That's why mindlessly scrolling through a feed feels effortless and enjoyable, while studying a difficult subject feels like actual physical pain. This isn't a character flaw. You're not weak or lazy. It's pure biology. Your brain is just doing its job, trying to steer you toward the path of least resistance. So, the question we've all been asking is wrong. We ask, how do I force myself to be more disciplined? We try to fight our own nature, and we almost always lose. The real game-changing question is this: how do I make my brain enjoy the hard work? How do I trick my brain into releasing dopamine for the things that lead to long-term growth, not just short-term pleasure? Let's dive into the practical strategies to do just that. The very first trick is something I call friction reduction. Your brain is lazy. It will always, without fail, choose the option that requires the least amount of activation energy. If your phone, with all its infinite distractions, is sitting right there on your desk and your textbook is on a shelf across the room, you've already lost the battle before it even began. You have to rig the game in your favor, change your environment, make your desired habits the easiest possible choice. If you want to stop checking your phone, put it in another room. If you want to read more, put the book on your pillow. If you want to go to the gym in the morning, lay out your gym clothes the night before, hide the distractions, make the good habit the default, effortless option. The second trick, and this one is crucial, is to start ridiculously small. So small it feels almost laughable. Why? Because your brain has a built-in threat detection system. When you think about a huge, overwhelming task like write a 10-page report or run a marathon, your brain's alarm bells go off. It perceives this as a massive expenditure of energy with a delayed reward, so it floods you with feelings of resistance and procrastination. But you can bypass this system. The thought of reading a whole book might feel tiring, but reading just one page? That doesn't feel threatening at all. The idea of a full hour-long workout at the gym can feel daunting. But what about doing just one single push-up? Anyone can do one push-up? These small, non-threatening tasks bypass the brain's resistance. And once you start, something magical happens. Momentum. That one page turns into a chapter. That one push-up turns into a full workout. The hardest part is always just getting started, so make starting as easy as humanly possible. Now for the third trick. You must pair the habit with pleasure. This directly hacks the dopamine system. Your brain needs to know there's a reward waiting for it at the end of the action. You might not enjoy the process of going to the gym, but you probably enjoy the feeling of accomplishment and the endorphin rush asterisk after asterisk the gym. You might not enjoy the difficult process of writing, but you love the feeling of clarity and progress asterisk after asterisk you've finished a session. Identify that post-habit reward and consciously focus on it. Amplify it, even better. Attach a separate pleasure to the habit. This is called temptation bundling. For example, you only allow yourself to listen to your favorite podcast while you're cleaning the house? Or you only get to watch an episode of your favorite show after you've completed your workout. It's by linking something you already love to a habit you're trying to build. Your brain starts to associate the difficult task itself with the anticipation of that reward and begins to rewire itself. The fourth trick is perhaps the most profound. Identity beats discipline every single time. Most people think that our actions shape our identity. You go to the gym consistently, and eventually you start to see yourself as a fit person. But the psychological truth is that it works much more effectively in reverse. Your identity dictates your actions. Your brain is a consistency machine. It hates cognitive dissonance. It wants your actions to align with your deeply held beliefs about who you are. So if you're constantly telling yourself, "I'm lazy," or "I'm just not a disciplined person," your brain will actively fight every attempt you make to change. It will find ways to prove that belief true. You'll hit the snooze button because, well, that's what lazy people do. You'll procrastinate because that aligns with your identity. The key is to consciously shift your identity first. Instead of focusing on the action, focus on the person you want to become. Don't say, "I need to go for a run." Say, "I am a runner," instead of "I have to write today." Think, "I am a writer." Frame your goal as an identity. I am the kind of person who shows up every day. I'm the kind of person who finishes what they start. I am the kind of person who keeps their promises to themselves. When you start embodying this new identity, your brain will begin to subconsciously align your behaviors to match it. It's no longer a struggle of willpower. It's simply you being you. And that brings us to the final, ultimate trick: dopamine substitution. Here's a secret most people never learn. You cannot kill a bad habit through sheer force. You can't just eliminate a source of dopamine and leave a vacuum. Your brain will scream for it. The only effective way to get rid of a bad habit is to replace it. You have to redirect that dopamine-seeking pathway towards something more constructive. When you feel the urge to procrastinate by scrolling, what you're really craving is a dopamine hit. So instead of fighting the urge, substitute the source. Get your dopamine from a better place. Do 5 minutes of exercise. Read 1 page of a fascinating book. Work on a passion project for a few moments. Give your brain a taste of a healthier, more productive dopamine source. Over time, you train your brain to associate that feeling of satisfaction and reward with the difficult thing. And this is when the magic truly happens. The work itself starts to become addictive. The feeling of making progress becomes its own reward. The act of growth becomes the thing your brain craves. This is the moment when discipline becomes effortless. It's the moment your brain stops chasing the cheap, easy dopamine of comfort and distraction and starts chasing the profound, lasting satisfaction of evolution and self-improvement. So you see, you don't force discipline. You don't muscle your way through it. You create it. You build it, brick by brick. You become an architect of your own mind, carefully rewiring your neural pathways until discipline is no longer a chore, but a source of genuine pleasure. This is the psychology of high achievers, the secret that no one teaches but everyone desperately needs to understand. It's about working smarter, not harder, working with your biology, not fighting it. If this deep dive into the psychology of discipline helped you understand your own mind a little better, don't let the learning stop here. This is just the beginning of rewiring your thinking. Make sure to follow or subscribe for more deep psychology and practical philosophy that can genuinely change the way you see yourself and the world, one powerful idea at a time. Thanks for watching.